Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. We've got lots of tourists, and they probably just came off of that balloon taxi. Look what we've got. I'm going to go there right now. And in the Twitch stream this morning, we decided that one of the things, oops, I'm losing my earbud. One of the things that was needed in Rosa Ouro, this is the gold mining town, Rosa Ouro, was another taxi or two. And I've also decided something else when I was showing Vincentius Primus the look of the city, the look of it's a town. Look at the town. It has 75 people. One of the things I noticed is there's supposed to be at level 5 2 of these white balloons. I think this plantation is finished at this level. I don't think I'm going to put up the second white balloon. It's almost too much. I'm going to treat this as an experimental balloon that they're working on, and that this is where they would have another balloon if they were going to, but they're not doing that yet, and that's what I'd like to do. So this building is essentially finished at this level with 1, 2, 3 fields. And there is room in all 3 fields for all the different things that you grow on a plantation. So there's plenty of space for what's needed. This is one of 3 plantations that we have, and so I think we're going to be okay. The second plant, actually this is the 3rd plantation. That's the second one. The 3rd plantation is the Botanical Gardens plantation, and that's the one that takes care of the sea needs, the things that are grown underwater, and also takes care of growing cocoa beans. And if we're going to grow anything more, cocoa beans is the only thing that I'm really sort of interested in. I think that we now at level 3 are able to grow cocoa beans and have her actually harvest them. This is, there are cocoa beans growing on these unusual jungle plants in here, but we'll just say that in the botanical garden it's always spring. And we've got some really beautiful plants, but we also have the ability to grow cocoa. And that is what is being done on this botanical garden. What do they call them? Atriums, or the greenhouse there. And so let me go down to her for a minute. What I want to see is if, in fact, let's see if I can find it right here. If in fact she has been updated to work on that. Some little protections for the walkway, which are really nice. And let's come in here and let's look. There she is, Juliet. Hi. And let's look at her fields. So now it's saying at level 3 that she can grow 2. She has 2 of 3 fields, 2 of 2 plants. So right now she's just doing seaweed, and she still can't do cocoa. So we're going to have Lila work on this when she gets done with what she's doing right now, and that'll be interesting to see what that is when I go over there. But we're going to have her upgrade this. We're after chocolate. Of course we're after chocolate. We are after chocolate. And she has some cocoa beans, so she is getting ready to have some chocolate as a part of what she does. She has kelp. She is working on kelp and the bamboo. So all of those things. Juliet, Kaylee is growing, Kaylee's growing bamboo. and she's growing sugar. And let's look at her fields. So these are going to be her only fields, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see how many things she can grow. So she's growing two of two types. So she's growing bamboo, sugar, and what is this? That's bamboo, a second bamboo. I don't want a second bamboo. A second sugar would be good, but it doesn't look like we can grow a second sugar. That's interesting. So she's going to grow sugar on 2 of 3 fields that are in use. We'll just have her grow sugar and hope that it's going to be enough. But she is definitely done. We're not going to put anything else here. So we're going to begin to have all of this mold dry out, because this is the desert and we don't really have mold. So I need cobble right here, and just I'm just going to do this part right here. I know it's dark. Do I need to have, let me see, let's do this, let's do this, let's put one here for a minute so that you can see the parts that I'm going to take away. I'm taking away the ones that have mold on them, and in their place we're putting cobble. Because the cobble is so has so much more texture, it's going to give the impression that was wanted from the mold, and that will be good for right now. So Kaylee, this is Kaylee's place right here, and she is going to be very happy with the fact that this is done for her. So she's a single farmer right here. And let's come to here. Let's get this. Let me see. What do we want to give her? We could give her the orange. I think I would like to do that. We're going to give her the orange pieces. So let's put an orange piece there and an orange there. And she's good to go. And then here, we're just going to take those things away. And so this is what it looks like without the mold. And that's exactly what we want. Zootalo. And I think we're good. And this was just to show a sample of what we want to do and how that's going to be. We worked on some things this morning, and I'm going to wait for just a moment and just see what is happening here, and see if we can get some other things going. So let me put this in my left hand, and that way when I come up to these areas you can see what I'm doing in the middle of the night. So this is the town of Rosa Ouro, and Rosa Ouro I think I've talked about before, was started by Pierce. Pierce was a river runner. He was actually a pusher, and he was one of the ones who actually, when the boat gets too close to the coast, to the shoreline, he's the one who uses a pole and pushes it back. In this one, we're going to use the wood ones. There are some wood ones now, and I like the idea of the wood So we're going to use the wood pieces in between for this particular one, and we'll do these. So there we go. So these are going to look like that. And when Pierce first was being a river runner, so if you know anything about the life of commercial sea people, they spend a lot of time on the water and not a lot of time on land. And when they are on land, because of that, they have a lot of their funds, a lot of their the money that they have, they don't spend it, and usually they're saving for something, or they do something special when they get to spend time on land. And so what Pierce was doing was saving for whatever he was going to do when he stopped being a river runner. And I imagine that he figured that someday he was going to get tired of it, and that he would have the savings, and so that's what he was doing. Now the interesting thing was that he had been doing this river run for quite some time, and that's why he began to notice that there were these poppy fields and that nothing was happening with them. In other words, all these poppy fields out here there was no town nearby, there was nobody seeming to cultivate, and he was thinking that that was unusual. But when he talked to the captain said, "This is skeleton country, and the only reason why it's deserted now is because the skeletons themselves have left. And when the skeletons leave in the mesa, that means there's hardly any gold left. There's no gold. And so nobody's interested, because everyone's thinking about gold as the actual product of the mesa or of the Badlands." But Pierce had this idea that it's like, well, what about all these poppies? I mean, poppies are actual medicine that is used all the time. And it's like, why isn't anyone gathering all this medicine and selling it to villages? Making sure that villages have medication, that they have poppies, and here's an entire field that nobody cares about. And so that is when he decided that he was going to take some time off from his river runner, and when he decided to do that, he asked his river runner captain to drop him off at this on the way. And his captain actually suggested that to him. His captain said, "Wait a minute, before you quit, you're a good river runner. You're very trustworthy and you do your job well. Before you leave, maybe you should find out if there really is anything there, if there's really anything that you can sell there. And why don't I drop you off here, and then I'll pick you up on the way back. And if it looks like a good deal to you, I will be very happy for you. Yeah, I'll wish you well, and on your way, and I'll find someone else to take your place. But if it isn't what you think, if it isn't going to work, then you'll at least still have your job and you can come back to me. And so Pierce was very happy with that arrangement, and he decided that that is in fact what he was going to do. And so he knew that the river runner was going to make a round trip, and he would stay for the few days, and then he would get back on the river runner and go home. And that sounded like a good plan. So when he was here, sure enough, it was an abandoned skeleton capital, and he found that there was in the hills, he could see up above. He wasn't really a climber, but he could see at this level up here. Let me get rid of this light for a second. Don't want to shine this light in your eyes. Let's put this light right here. He could see that there was a palace chamber that the skeletons have, and he could see one up high, and he thought that was pretty amazing. When he went around this set of mountains here, he could actually see this right here, that in this area was ruins, actual ruins of housing. These were housing ruins in here where the skeletons were no longer here. And at the very tippy top, he could see the king's chambers, which is above the main palace chamber right here. But right at the top here, there is the king's personal chambers right here. And that was all very fascinating. At the time, he didn't really think about doing a tour or anything like that. He was primarily interested in the ready money of the poppies. But when he was on the coastline, right here, right where we have all of our people, as a matter of fact, this piece of rail here is a remnant of the original abandoned mine that he found on this spot. And he thought that, okay, let's see if there's anything left. He went down into the abandoned mine, and he actually did find gold. And he thought, well, did they abandon it too soon, or can I use the gold to attract people who aren't necessarily going to think that the poppies are gold? Poppies are amazing gold, but they're not going to think that. And he loved the idea of that. And so when the river runner came back, he was ready. He was ready to begin to go home. And he had the whole trip home, even though he was working, he didn't mind. He had the whole trip home to decide what he was going to tell his best friend, Keanu, who he wanted to interest in coming here. Salut, Mixasa, salut. How was my day? My day has been good. Très bien. Merci. Et toi? How are you? Comment vas-tu? And so he did. So that is how this town came to be. That Pierce asked 3 other friends to go in with him. He was really only asking Keanu, but Fright Switey was in love with Pierce at the time, and she actually wanted to come with him. And so that led to her bringing her best friend Isabella to come. So that was what happened. So now we are we are much bigger. This has turned into a, très bien, très bien. This has turned into something beyond Pierce's wildest dreams, that he has this amazing world. And it's actually thanks to Keanu. Keanu actually had this idea before he left, when Pierce was saying there's mountains, and Keanu was like, mountains? There's mountains? Oh, wouldn't that be something? And so Keanu was bored with just building on flat land, building in a regular town where there were other builders just doing regular buildings. He wanted an adventure, and this was definitely the adventure that he sought. And so between Pierce and Keanu and Fright Swidey and Isabella, this became the town that we have right now. Now, Mixessa was with me earlier on Twitch and helped, thank you, merci beaucoup, helped me learn how to make this balloon a leisure site. And so this is actually a legitimate balloon for them, and they can actually get into it and things like that. And so we are now going to make this make sense, because right now we have a platform that is here that's not connected to anything. And so for this time period, I'm going to take and do two things. I need stairs to come up to here. I need a walkway that goes over to here around this, and then comes up here in some kind of way. And I want it to be far enough away so that it's not going to interfere with the balloon landing. So it should really be right here at this corner, I think. Although this is a lovely place to look at the balloon, isn't it? Let's not make this corner go away. Let's make it on the other side of this corner. We'll bring the stairs up from here. Whoa! How is this even on? That is so interesting. I apologize. Wow, I didn't think I could get any calls when I was turned off and turned down. That's weird. Okay, sorry about that. You probably couldn't hear that, but that was, I actually had a loud phone call thing in. That's interesting, and it didn't give me the correct, oh, I'm going to have to check on that. That call actually came through, and it came through like a call from someone I know, and it is not. So hold on for a minute. Let's come here. We're going to, I think we still have a little bit of sun. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It looks kind of dark, but it's not. Let's come to here. Let's change to Monster. We're Sandyton. And let's come to our Spruce Roads. Let's do a diagonal, and let's see. Let's X. Let's do that again. Spruce Roads. Go back to the roads and do a diagonal piece, and there it is. And because I think I need a second diagonal to come here. So there's the turnabout, and sure enough, see how that is right there? I know, I see this. Well, obviously I can't have it overlap, or it's going to take that away. So I can't have that overlap unless it was all the way out to here. And this is pretty far out in the water. So this is what we're going to do. I haven't had to do this in a while, but I am going to do this here. We're just going to use this as a pattern. and let's just put it into place for a moment. Because it's a diagonal, and it doesn't matter, it's going to take away the square that is around the diagonal no matter what. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use it like this. See how it's coming here like this and going like that? We're just going to put this in, and then we'll add the spruce pieces that are holding this up after we also build this. So I'm just using this as a pattern, and I need slab, that spruce slab. I think that's all I need. I'm not interested in that part. So we can start right here and put in the slab and use this as an example. And when it fills in, it will turn dark. Oops, too many. Okay. And we'll keep doing this all the way here. So yeah, so for the first little bit of time that they were here, Pierce, Keanu, Fright Swidey, and where is that going? Oh, there it is. I see one there. For the first little bit of time that they were here, did that one do? Yes, it did. They were trying to survive because there wasn't anything here. So, of course, like any new town, they began building, and Fright Swidey had some knowledge of trees. That's how she got included on the trip. Was her knowledge of trees was sufficient enough to help them actually make some wood in this area until they could actually import some other trees and continue building what they wanted to build here. But in the beginning, they actually had to grow all the trees that they needed, and that was her job in the beginning. It wasn't necessarily the job of her dreams, but she wanted to be here. And so she was determined to make that sacrifice. She also was in love with Pierce. So because she was in love with Pierce, she also wanted him to succeed at what he wanted to do. And so I see that there. Let's take that away and put that in. I can't see underneath, so I'll have to leave that one for later. And so she did that work. Isabella helped with building when she first got here, but she actually had wanted to start a restaurant and was actually waiting for her river runner. Is that actually not putting anything there? Her river runner partner to return so that she could, she thought that she and he would begin a restaurant together. But at the time when Pierce said that he was leaving town for good, and Isabella was given the news that the ship that her unborn son's father was on was missing. And so she actually did not want her best friend leaving as well. She didn't know what she would do in that town. She didn't really want to be there without him. And so it became this thing where she asked Fright Swidey if she Fright Swidey could get Pierce and Keanu to bring her along as well. I think that's enough. Let's come up here. I'm going to go to bed for a second. And let's come in here. I'm going to close the door, turn the light off. Let's get some rest. There's a comfortable bed here, and we'll do that. I don't know what's the most interesting, but I'll find out when Sensuous Primus is upstairs, and I'll see in just a moment when he comes out. What is going on? I am on the, I just love this view. Look at this. I'm on the deck of the suite that I have over the saloon restaurant. And Vincentius. Does it seem, is there any air coming in? No? Okay. All right. So yeah, let's get back to what we were doing down here. I think there's enough of this here now that I have an idea of what I'm going to have left. And let me come here. Let me put this here for a second. And let me make that go away. Dun, 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 dun. Yay, team. Excellent. All right. So let's put these pieces here, right here. And let's see how this is going to go around. Yeah, this is not going to be jungle. This is actually going to be spruce as well, and we'll get to that one of these days. But right now I want to put this here because then we can do kind of garden stuff in this area. So it's down at this level. So what are we going to do about this? Are we going to have a piece around it? And I think I would like to do that. How many of these do we need to come down? Let's say on these it looks like 1, 2, 3. So there's definitely one right here. And probably when it's doing that, I'd have to see one of the others, but I'm just going to look like what it would look like it would have. Let's say we have one here, that would hold that up, and then we begin to have one right here, and then let's see what happens on the bottom. I still have to put, so there's going to be one there, and one there, and then underneath we'll put this in. So, and this should come all the way down to the sand. I don't think this works underwater. I don't think any lights work underwater unless you actually put in sea lanterns for a minute. Why don't we do that while we're building this for a moment? I'm going to put some sea lanterns in to make it easier to see what we're doing. So let's put a sea lantern here and one here. See, because we can see that. There's that one right there. And so we can take that away and bring this one down. And let's see how far we can get this to come down. So that's how the place began. That's how it all began here. And now it has become an amazing, not just tourist town, but an amazing town for growing, for special produce projects. So horticulturalists, farmers who are studying new farming or farming in areas where farming wouldn't seem like it would work well. Can I put one of these here? I just want to see how far down this goes. I thought so. And let's put this here to go all the way down. I could take away that piece of seaweed, but we'll just leave it. So we have this here, and the river is still here. It's still deep enough on this side for the river runners to use it. This is a river runner right here with the bass underneath, and so this will work. All right, let's bring this one down and then we'll continue. So this morning when I was in Twitch and I started thinking about it, I knew that Mixasa and Matlam had a taxi, a balloon that carries people at the town hall. And so we went to the town hall and looked at that balloon and said, why don't we just make this balloon the taxi, and that we'll have 3 of them. So there's 3 people carriers that there will be in this town. That's a lot for this town, but it makes sense that there would be one to sit here, one to sit at the town hall, and I'm not sure I'm going to have one at this coast. I can't figure out how I'm going to have it because there really isn't a place for the river runners to, except the restaurant, except maybe the restaurant right here. So the restaurant would have to be right here. This restaurant would have to have as a part of its helping people, like for instance, if a person says, I want to spend the night here, there's no tavern. And we've talked about this before. Do I want to put in a tavern structure and then have it, I don't think I can do that, because in order to put a tavern structure in, yeah, I can't do it. In order to, the tavern and the town hall are the 2 things that are not negotiable, apparently. And so if I take this tavern out, I've done a lot of modifications of this tavern. That means that even if I repaired it, it would not be good. And if I repaired it, they would repair it to level 3. That would not be good. And if I repaired it, if I just rebuilt it in the place, then I'd have to continue, I'd have to rebuild all the stuff. Is it worth it? Or is there some other solution for what I could do about a tavern in this area? And I don't have one. And so I'm not really sure. It's possible that what I could do is not even think about that this is an industrial area, that this restaurant is for the people who are on the river runners, that the river runners who come here, we may have some passengers, they may get off, but they already have accommodations. Oh, that would be interesting on the river runner, because unlike the Narrows, the wide river has these huge connections you can see here, and goes all the way around to the capital city and all the way out, and the ocean is out here somewhere, and so it goes all the way to those places there. Let me just do something for a minute. I am actually going to get interrupted here for a second. Hold on for a minute. And nope, Vincentius Primus is doing something, so let me come here. I was wondering if you wanted to play something while I stepped away for a minute. But if you do not, that is okay. Would you like to?
I could play something, I suppose.
Okay. There we go. So hold on for a minute here. Let's do two things. Let us do this. And there we are. And I will be right back. Just a second. Thank you. Vincentius Primus loves me because that is the thing that he hates the most, being put on the spot to play something. But he's so good, and I love when he plays, and I just wanted you guys to get a chance to hear him playing live. I mean, I know he's not playing a lot of something, but he was just having fun noodling, and that's always fun. And so I hope you enjoyed that for a minute or two while I got called away there. And so, yes, and the day has changed. It's late at night. It's almost midnight. And I'm going to let me continue with this. Yes, so I think that I could have a balloon that stopped that would pick up an occasional wealthy, yeah, I always do that, an occasional traveler, and I get sort of caught in things that we say in this world, but an occasional traveler who's doing travel and who would like to stay at the tavern, but they're coming in on the wide river, and then so they would call for a taxi, and a taxi would land. We're going to have the taxi actually land at the platform that is going to be for picking up supplies, that is right here. And this is a courier place right here. We're going to have a platform come out right here for a courier to land on. So it'll be a dual platform. Couriers can land there. A taxi can land there if needed. And I think I like the idea of that. So that's what I think that's what I'm going to plan. So if a person doesn't want to stay on their river runner, they would then just go ahead and take, this one can't be here. We're going to take this around the corner, and I'm going to need a corner piece. They could just go ahead and take a balloon into town and stay at the saloon. And that would be something that would be offered to tourists. So I like the idea of that. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring the 4 of them up for a second and see about putting a corner here. So I know I just brought that up, but I'm going to lay the corner over top of it right here. And let's look, Spruce Roads, here's a corner, and there it is. And let's look and see what we've got. As far as a corner is, I think we need to turn it this way. There we go. And it would be right here like this. But it should be right here like these. Like this, right here. And I think there's still enough of a location for the river runners to go by. I mean, it's going to be like the Mississippi or something. It's going to be like those areas where they have a lot of shipping, but they also have stuff going on the coastlines. So on the coasts of those rivers, or on the banks. Rivers have banks, don't they? I think that's it, on the banks of the river. And let's put this in constructed, and let's X that for a second. Let's make, I'm going to need an axe as opposed to a pickaxe for a moment. Let's take that away, and let's take these away until I figure out what I'm doing here. So based off of this, we're more than likely going to have one right here. So we might as well go ahead and put that in. And we have that. Now I don't mind that one being here, down here, because we have the platform for the balloon underneath there too. What's holding that up? This is holding that up. This structure that I'm building around this is holding up this platform right here. Part of it is on there, so it's not so much. I could bring this up underneath right in this part right here, so that it looks like that the weight of that balloon platform is definitely on the rock, that most of the weight of it is on the rock. but then there are parts of it that are not, and that is connected to this piece. So next piece in this part right here. So these were the Spruce Road pieces that were actually originally jungle pieces. Now if I wanted to, do I want to do that? I don't know. We could use dark oak pieces, but I think I'm doing fine. I think we're just going to go ahead and use the straights of these and then just put this in. It's easier than taking, since that's what's colored down here already. We could have used these, but we've got all sorts of road all over the place that we have to put in. It's going to use all sorts of road all over the place. Let's get a straight piece and let's turn it this way, and let's put it right up to there. That's perfect. And I need one. I think I'm going to need a second to get it to come all the way over to where we want to bring this up, and we're bringing it up on the other side of this cliff right here. So let's continue for a moment and let us put this in. Now there isn't anything here that's going to damage the balloon constructed. That was one of the things, one of the reasons that I modified these walkways was to keep from damaging certain parts. I did that. And let's put this in. And so we're definitely going to have one here. We probably need to have one right in the middle here of this. And let me see what looks good as a place to have it. Let's just go ahead and put it right here. I'm just making this up. And there. All right, so right down here, this is going to come down right here. You see that right there? That's going to be a problem, Houston. Let's waterlog this right here. Let's get some water. I think that if it looks like an air pocket, it might be dangerous. So let me put this in, see how that is going away. There we go. Do I have another one here? What's that? That's just water. I don't think it looks like they can get anywhere from there. Okay, so let's come all the way down to here and put in this one. And then we have, that's this one right here. Yes, it is. So that can come up. Oops, I don't have one here yet. Let me bring this one down. And I do need this one to be here. I almost don't want this one. But there kind of does need to be one right here. There kind of does. Unless I bring this whole thing in the way Miksasa and Matlam do and have this turn right here and do this. Let me see. Let me see. No, we need that one. Let's bring that one and we'll just have it be like that. I think I'd rather do that than have this come down so far away like that. And that allows for that one to hold it all up. This one right here to hold it up. And I think I'm going to be okay with that. Let's do one more that way. And then we'll put in fence when we get to it. 1, 2, 3. We still have 3. Although we're not going to have 3 when we do this. So then we'll only have this. So we might end up putting, taking that down and putting an edge on there. If we decide to have a rail, we might just have this as a walkway. It's raining on the lush. It rains on the lush, and that is what it is doing. And it is not a thunderstorm. So it is close to 6 o'clock. The sun is almost down. Oh, it's after 6 now. And so that's why it looks exceptionally dark. But we're going to, while everyone's going home, let's go ahead and put in this last piece right here. And I do think I need the long one, the long straight here. Let's turn it this way, and let's bring it over, and let's see, because it's nighttime, we can see this pretty clearly, and sure enough, look at this. It's still not enough. It's actually not enough. Wow, okay. So we will be able to use a corner or a short to bring this all the way over so that we can put the stair. Okay, now you can't see. Now it is raining. Let's come here. I just want to make sure that everyone gets home, that I don't see anyone but visitors and guardians. And yeah, we have a small amount of guardians here. And that's another thing that we can begin to look at, having some guardians, some extra guardians here, and that'll be fun. Okay, dun, da, da, da. I think everyone is home. Let's look and see. So I have the same thing here that I had in Prasino. Somebody here is not going to bed. Let me make sure there's no one here. There is not. And let's come out. That means that someone isn't sleeping. Let's see who isn't actually getting to bed. We have people here, but there's only 2. We have people here, and there should only be 2. And there's Isla, and there's Bowden, and they're both home in their house. We have people here, and they should all be home. This is, I don't see anyone sleeping there, which means that they're all in this area. There's Rory right here, which means that Nathaniel is upstairs here, and I see his name. So he is sleeping. His parents are here. Jackson is a guardian. I don't think I have someone lost somewhere, but this is what we're looking for. There are houses here. Let me just make sure that no one's standing. And everyone's sleeping in this house. And I believe everyone's sleeping in this house. I don't see anyone. I'm going to have a lantern. I'm going to put a lantern on right now. And who do we have here? I think we have Rocco and Lissa are here. They're so far sharing this house. I'm not sure they're a couple yet. So we're just looking to see. Micah moved from here, so this is just Keanu and Adamanta. And Keanu's gone back up into his bird's nest, which he just loves, being at the top of the world. And let's look at people right here and make sure that everyone is asleep. There's no one waiting here. And then let's come down into these fields for a minute. This is where Etana and Davis live here, and they are in bed, and I'm pretty sure their son and Keela are in bed. Yes, they are. Whoa, how did you get hurt? What did you do that hurt you? Well, you came down too fast. Wow. That sheep actually got hurt coming off of that hill. And then up here we have Rosa and Emmanuel living here, and their daughter, I think, is still here. Yes, and she's upstairs. I can see her name right there. So she is sleeping upstairs, sure enough. This is Pierce and Ember. I can see them in bed. And then that leaves these two. How much do you want to bet it's this one? Let me look in here. No, this one's fine. Now see, this one's working just fine, but the one in Prasino is not, and that is very strange. So I'll have to figure out what's going on. Wait, let me see if I can see something about this room that is different from the others. I don't see anything that looks different in any kind of way. It's still the bed right where it is, and still that. We did change that. That shouldn't make a difference, but what if it does? I might put the different kind back on there and see if that is making the difference. The fire gate, and see if the fire gate is affecting the bed in some kind of way. How many people are here? There are 4 or 5 people here. No one's in this room. I think we only have 4 people living here. There is Ace here. There are 2 people here. That looks like Lindsay and Colson having a good night together, and then Shoji is downstairs. Okay, so that takes care of them. Let's come over here. We have a house right here, right down here, and this house has been here a long time. I think these people are happily here. Logan's upstairs. There's 2 people sleeping down here, and I think that's 1 person. Yes, so there's all 4 of the people who live in this place. If we have someone living here, and we do, and they are both home, I see that. And we did move people in here, but I think we moved them out. That's right, because it turned out that this was too far away for them. So where is this person? Let's look at this. It doesn't say that anymore. I wonder if it doesn't say that anymore. All colonists are asleep. Of course it does. Of course it says that. So let's come over here and see if we have one of these houses. There are 3, 4 houses over here. The first one is right here. And let's look at this one and see. We shouldn't have anyone standing, and we do not. Let's come to the next house, which is one up here. And let's see if I see someone standing. Oop, I didn't land on the platform. I don't see anyone here, and sure enough, there isn't. And then finally, this house, and I think this is the bottom. It is. We have to go up again, right to here. And let's see if someone is standing. found them. Here they are. There's not enough rooms here. 4 of 4. So Alessandro moved in here, but how much do you want to bet that there aren't? Sure enough, there are not 2 beds here. And this was the problem. I knew there was someone. Okay, here we go. Bed. Let's get, that looks like a bright green bed there. It is. Let's put this bed here. And we're just going to have Alessandro be here. And there he is. And boy, was he exhausted. So he is in bed. And there we are at 6 o'clock in the morning. Some people are already getting up. Oh my gosh. Look at this, including Alessandro getting up. And yeah, we didn't go to sleep and it was raining. Was it raining on the Lush? But now we know who it was. I knew it. I knew there was someone. So that means I'm going to have to do that but in Prasino, I did find who it was. And sure enough, it is still pouring down rain. Let me look for a second. I don't need any of that. Let me look here. Hira finished the greenhouse. So the new greenhouse is now done. Lindsay finished the fisher's hut. And Lila finished the concrete mixer. Let's look at these places while it's raining. So this is the Shire Fisher. This is Davis's place. And this is now a level 4. And it's got this little bridge here. This was always a beautiful thing. And it being in this location is very nice. The last time we did this, we did it on Emney Island. Emney Island was where we put it. The reason this is disconnected is because this was just built. She just worked on this, and so that caused this part of the fence here to be taken away right in this section right here. So we're going to put that piece back and that piece there. And I think we're good. Let's go inside. Let's go in. Zaf! Yasu! Yasu Zaf! Welcome, welcome! Hello! Posi say, how are you? How are you? And let me come here. They've got a lovely little table and chair set now. And right here, all of this is in location. And this is very pretty. And over here, picture of their first catch of tropical, at least. And right here, I'm going to trade this. Nah, I'll see if I can trade this out. I'll see if when she puts this back, we have bass here. And bass is really the fish that would be in that picture right there, because that's actually the fish that we have. Now I know that's vanilla and it's not as good a picture, but that is the type of fish that are in the Narrows, and he's quite happy with having those. This is now a level 4 of this. Yay! And so Davis can do some more. Yes, I am. And I've had a very good morning. Thanks to Mixessa. Mixessa helped me do some things that I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. Now see this here? I could put this in. Why don't we go ahead and put this in, fill this in right here. I'd rather fill it in with dirt for right now. And then when the time comes, it can just be, ultimately, this has to, oh, I didn't mean for that to go away. That's a shame. Okay, this part here, we might as well fill it in since I made it go away. And on this side right here, fill in this area under here also. But yes, I made a new balloon, and I didn't really make it. I just copied a balloon that Mixasa and, wow, look at that. Mixasa and Matlom had included in their, do I want this to come down like this? Maybe not. In their Cliff style. It's a part of the town hall, and I was able to add that to the town as a separate balloon. And there it is right here. There is the taxi that is at the town hall, laid as a separate balloon on a balloon platform that is down at the waters at the Narrows edge, the Narrows banks of the river Narrows. And this is, I'm in the process of putting in a road to go around it, and then stairs to go up in two places. Well, a set of stairs here and a set of stairs right here. So those are things that I'm working on. But at the moment that you came in, I was just doing a tour of work that's been done. This is a level 4 now. This one right here, yes it is. And that's a level 4. I know I struggle with this. I don't know. I kind of like her just having this under the hill piece here. And if I make it higher, it's just going to make it that it looks more like a building and less like a hill. And I really kind of like it just looking like a hill, but that's only a level 2. Let me look at the level 3 for a minute over here. I know I did this the other day. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to bring this Shire plantation up to the full level 5. I might not. I have 3 plantations, and 2 of them might not go up to the full level, and the last one absolutely is going to go up. So we will have a level 5 plantation. It just won't be these 2 Shire. Let's come here and let's X. There's nothing there. Let's do that again. This is agriculture. This is horticulture, and this is plantation level 2. So this is what she is right now. She is plantation level 2, so you can see that it's made up out of these hills, out of the poppy fields. That's a level 2. A level 3, oh, it's not so bad. A level 3 isn't so bad. Ooh, look at the back of that. Hold on a second. That would be this back right here. It's going to be more detailed behind, because it's going to actually have a fence and actually have another opening. It's going to come through. I think I'm okay with that. Let's look at the level 4. This is when it starts looking like a regular building. I'm not going to do that one. All we're going to do is the level 3. So we can bring it up one more and have that be the level 3. I just really like the idea that it's under this hill, and I like that the sheep can get up on the roof. I just like that whole thing. So Lindsay was working on Davis's place, and so we'll have Lindsay work on Aitana's place, and she's going to upgrade it. And this will be the final upgrade for this building. Oh, sorry, Aitana, I didn't mean to bump into you. Sorry about that. And there we go. And so it'll be a little bit more fleshed out. We'll see. It's going to bring, I think that is going to come all the way around. That's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So you are okay. I am glad that you are okay. I think I'm happy because Zaf, you're here. I'm also happy because I haven't played a lot in the last, so I feel like playing. And this is very fun. Thank you. All right. All right, so we're going to go in and sleep for a minute because I'm going to continue the tour. So we saw what Lindsay finished. Lindsay finished, let me turn this light on. Lindsay finished working, there's the moon. It's a new moon out the window. She finished working on Davis's fishing hut. And now she's starting work on Aitana's farm. Aitana and Evangeline take care of the poppies. This is the real reason why I don't want it to be super big. This is actually an additional farm building for the poppies. The main farm building is this creature up here, is this greenhouse where Evangeline is growing some specialty flowers and trying to see if in fact they will spread. If they're spreaders, then they can't be grown here, and that is what she is working on, experimenting with and working on. And you see inside, she's actually has moss and vines on the inside of this place. That's pretty amazing. On the inside of the greenhouse, yes, that would make sense. On the outside, no, we can't have any. It's the desert. It's savanna. And so we're not having any. Okay, so that's what Lindsay was working on. So who else finished? Lila did not. Ainsley started. Let me see. Kira finished. And Lila finished. So let's go see what Hira and Lila were doing. And so we're going to pop over here. I'm not sure why this construction tape is here. It's probably left over from construction on the town hall. So I'm going to pick that up. So this is what this is what Hira was working on, and Hira has added a new farm, and it is, I believe, complete. So let me see here. It is repair. Nope, it's not complete yet. It says upgrade. So Hira is going to finish. This is not finished. So Hira is going to upgrade this to the full level 5. Not level 5, this is a decoration. So level 3 is the full Doesn't that seem strange? That seems like it would be. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely beautiful. Wow. Wow. I used a greenhouse. That's a farm. Or is that the greenhouse? Why does that look different from this one? Maybe because this one is close. A DreamWorks animation movie you saw. That's changed. What in the world? So what do I have here? This is not the same building as that one down there. Look at that. See, it's the same as that one. And as these. Oh, look at that. I see it. Wow, do I want him to upgrade this? Look at this. I actually like it like this. Oh shoot. You are silly. I am silly. DreamWorks animation movie you saw. And the name of the movie is I Am Silly. We'll find out in a minute. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring the botanical gardens back to this. See this like this? That would be perfect up here. It doesn't matter for there, but it definitely matters for here. No. That was funny. Let's take this. I got glass, and so wasn't that okay? We can take that away and have this be across like this, and I really like this better. Let's have this part here come over. So on this side, when they walk along here, look what they can see. Wow. I'm tempted, you know I am. Let's go ahead and do the whole thing. So this is an actual tourist attraction, and this will work here. Orion and the Dark was the title. Ooh, Mr. Villager! Oi, Mr. Villager! Vincentius. There's a new DreamWorks movie called Orion and the Dark. Have you heard of it?
Heard it mentioned, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Brick, you have heard it mentioned? Cool. Cool. Let's hold on to this. We have plenty of those. And let's get rid of that. Put this in. You've heard it? So Vincentius has actually heard of it, about it, but we haven't gotten to see it yet. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? ¿Cómo está você, Mr. Villager? How are you? How are you doing? I was looking at that building and going, why is that building have more windows? But it's because it is a lower level. They made more decorations in the higher level, but we don't want that. Look at that. That's what we want. Good gracious, that's gorgeous. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. And we'll put this in, and you're doing well. Ah, to the bam, to the bam. I am glad to hear that. I was a little worried about you. I know you have things that you do in your regular life, but I was just thinking about you and hoping that everything was okay. I always think about you and Zaf when you are away. Almost. Yes, you liked it. Almost. Okay. Interesting. Orion and the Dark. That is an interesting name. It's intriguing and definitely is something to think about. Do I have glass in all of these? It looks like I do. Okay. And so this is what the other one looked like, and now this is what this one looks like, and I definitely like that. Dun, 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 dun. That's wonderful. Now the other one is clearer, and I think it's because it doesn't have the shutter, shingle pieces. And we could say that maybe the shingle pieces keep the temperature down. That one's going to change into these. It's going to look like these. And for these, that's fine, that they're going to have more of an enclosure. For the botanical, not so much. But you strongly suggest onward animation from Pixar. Okay. Remember, Mr. Villager, I'm reading chat. Remember when I mentioned that I was planning to build a tower based on the Great Tower of Babel? Yes, so you started the plan. Yay! But obviously not as expected, or at least not where you expected to do it. Ooh, okay. Yay, I'm so happy that I saw that. I love this. This is wonderful. I definitely like this. Having people be able to walk by and see this look like this is really nice. I might not have any rail in this part. I might have it that the rail begins here on this side when they're walking past the tourist area, and I think that's it. Yeah, because look at that. Oh, gosh, I really like that. Okay. Well, until today, the Elias server still's offline, so you had to take some measures. And here we go. We're waiting with bated breath for the next thing that Mr. Villager writes there. And then we'll show him what we were doing later. Wow, I'm really happy about that. And who else? So that was Lindsay, Hira, and Lila finished the concrete mixer. So when we get up, we're going to the concrete mixer. So let's close. Let's turn off the light. Let's get a good night's sleep right here. You started it on the global survival server for Minecraft Bedrock Valatic. Cool! Congratulations! Parabéns! Parabéns! That's wonderful! That's wonderful! Yay! And how are you finding it so far? How are you finding this new server? Excellent. Excellent. Well, measures had to be taken, of course. And sometimes some things just don't work out the way we expected, and we have to do something different, yes? And that's what it sounds like. So this is already beginning to transition here, and this is what here is working on. Let's go over here, and I'm going to walk from here. We're going to walk down here. We've got this little part that is connected. I think I built this. The fact that it's so narrow and it hasn't adjusted, I think I built that part, but we'll see, because this is in fact a level. Let me see what level this is. This is either level 4 or level 5, and we can go up and look as soon as I find, there it is. If this is a level 4, then we still have one more section, and it is not. So this is something we can see. I couldn't wait for Elias stop being, and yeah, so Mr. Villager, people have lives, and sometimes they think that they overextend themselves. They think they can get things done, and it doesn't work out that way. And that's primarily what happens. It's not so much a thing necessarily where they don't want to. It's that it takes time to do those things. So
that's why I try not to have a life. They just get in the way.
Vincentius Primus, everybody. Full of information. And is talking to, yes. Okay. So let's come down here. I just saw that, and I just wanted to see. Yeah, so this is a level 5. So we will make this area here where they can't go from rail to rail, but there's no rail here. Ooh, so we can put rail along this side. Ooh. We're listening, Mr. Villager. We're listening. As we go down to the concrete mixer, who is down here, we're going past Prudence. Prudence is a level 3 glass shop. And see that? Oop, I didn't get it. See that right there? We can put that in, and they can pass through there. Let's come to here. This is the concrete mixer. Ooh, this is a level, hold on. This is now a level 3. And look, there's the sand, and there is the gravel to make the concrete in here. And there's some water. There's water coming down in this area, and some sort of mixture going on there. And right here, I love the water being on this side like this. It's so beautiful. And up here you can see that there is storage for all of those pieces. And we've got some blast furnaces here, which is a part of things that belong to Balachildis. And I'm going to call her, there she is, call her to work. And this is her spot right here. Concrete mixers almost never come to work unless they actually have something specific to do, and even then. Let's trade this out. In this area, we could do, why don't we do this? Why don't we do the chroma right here? So we'll put that one in there to go along with this area, okay? And then, I see this part where these two are here. We'll fix that later when these are both level 5s. I think I'll let them just ride through for now, like that. Yeah, and she's riding up and to here, and then we don't have anything. So let me see here. Zaf is asking if Mr. Villager and Mixasa can play cosplay together. And wait, oh, and by the way, you learned to make circles correctly. Excellent, excellent. How are we doing? What'd you miss? What are you doing? And I'll show you. Mixasa is from Java. He's on Java. It would really be helpful if he could help, and that would be nice. Yeah, it would be very nice. But what to do now? Maybe in the future, Mr. Villager, but I understand. Okay, okay, all right. So in answering Mr. Villager's question, what we were doing was looking at work that was being done by our builders. Lila finished working on the concrete mixer level 3. And I do believe, or is that level 4? We're going to find out right now. Again, it is level 3. And what I actually need is for Lila to work on this plantation level 4 in order to get cocoa beans. She needs to be up one more level, and then we can get cocoa beans from here. And that will be fun. I love her little greenhouse here. I love this, her experimental greenhouse. Look what she's growing. Look at all the different things she's got in here. And this is really cool. And I just love the way that looks. And she's doing a good job of taking care of the fields that she has. When we come up here, we can actually check on what she's doing by going to statistics. And she got 4 sea pickles and 8 kelp. So she's doing a good job. She's doing a good job of collecting things. And all of that is fine with me. That is a reasonable amount. And there we go. So that takes care of the builders who weren't doing anything before. Everyone else, Ainsley and Keanu and Omar already had projects, and they're still working on their projects. And they're just waiting for they're just waiting for materials that they need, and that is one of the things. And our decision. So Zaf, Mixasa, Mr. Villager, in case you missed the decision, I have decided that this building is done at level 4. That we are not going to have the second balloon. That the second balloon is really too much for the town. And so we are going to have this only come up to the level 4. Now she has plenty of, let me get rid of some things for a second. Let me put these away. I know I'm supposed to be working on road, but while I was talking for a minute, I just wanted to look at some pieces. Hold on. Okay. Where are we? Oh, and we're out of time. We're out of time. So I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to put these pieces away here. We'll come back here on Thursday. But I just want to show Mr. Villager the new taxi. Ta-da! Hold on. I think I'm going to have some chocolate. The new taxi. Probably the project will be like everything in life, or better saying, like everything that you do in life. The ones that don't know how to make decisions will understand. I think you're doing a good job of your life, Mr. Villager. I do. Dun, 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 dun. So we have a new people balloon right here. Right here. And that is where we're going to end this part. We're going over to Prasino right now, and we're just looking at the new balloon, the new people balloon. And yeah, so it's a taxi. It's a balloon taxi. And here we go. I'm going to get some chocolate while this is happening. Chocolate. Oh, I almost remembered what chocolate is in Greek, and I forgot. I learned what it is in class, but I don't remember. Here we are. We are now in Prasino, and this is the green town, which is why it is called green. Chocolate in Portuguese. You're not going to tell me? Okay, it's okay. It's all right. I can look. I'm going to look. We can go right quick while we're looking at the town. There is the town, the village of Prasino. And I'm going here, and go here, and go here. Chocolate, and in French, of course, it's chocolat. In English, let's see, in French, there's Greek. In Greek, it's sokolata. Sokolata or chocolata. Is it sho or so? Chocolata. And in Portuguese, it is in Portuguese it is chocolate. It is chocolate. And in French it is chocolat. French being French. Write chocolate, but you chocolati. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm sure, because you pronounce things very interestingly. Portuguese. It's very curious. It's nighttime here, and I'm going to do something for a second. When I had Vincentius Primus playing music, I didn't put music back on, so let's listen to Drone Hand's music for the rest of the time that we're here. There we go, and Drone Hand's, indeed, the final tea. Chocolat. Yes. Oui. I'm learning all three, slowly but surely, but I am learning all three. And we're gonna come over here and look. Okay, and let's, yeah, this looks very familiar. It has different furniture, but it's very similar. And there's a balloon outside here, and we can look out the deck and look across, and we've got these beautiful green fields out behind, and there's the Caledonian one. We have two Caledonian buildings and for housing, and there's the first one. And we have another one on the other side of town. Let's come here, let's turn off the light, and let's go out. So, on Twitch this morning, which Mixassa missed, on Twitch, we actually did this. Mixassa was there for Rosa Ouro, but he was not there earlier for the Twitch. So what happened was we had the same thing where we had someone who wasn't going to sleep. We still do. I don't know what's going on. I'm beginning to think that it might be this fireplace piece. That something about this fireplace piece is making it that they don't recognize the bed. I am just speculating. It is the only difference between the two places. Fence, no, gate. Now what they're using, no, iron. What they're using is iron bars here. So I'm going to put the iron bars back here and see if maybe that causes this to work properly. It didn't look like it was there, did it? It looked like it was back farther, but it couldn't be. So let's see what happens with that, and let's see if he will use one of these beds now. Kasem was not using this bed, and he wasn't going either upstairs or across the street, upstairs or across the hall. See, there's another one here. Let's take them out for a minute and put the iron bars in, because maybe that specific modded piece has some kind of extra thing going on and is causing them not to use the bed. So there we go. So we'll see if this works, because those beds are working just fine in Rosa Ouro, and I didn't do that there. I didn't change that. So it's funny. It's funny. All right. So because Kasem didn't like living here, we thought maybe he wanted to move home, but his parents are like, yeah, he's moved out, we don't want to. However, we started doing all sorts of wild and crazy things in Tucker and Begga's house, and this is what we started doing. Now, I don't have what I want to put on the kitchen wall just yet. I'm probably going to want to do something stone. I might do end stone might be the best backsplash with the colors that I have in here. Let's look at it for a second, because end stone's really pretty. And it might make the best backsplash for this part right in here, where we have this part of the kitchen. So right where we can see these pieces, we're putting in the backsplash part right here. And that is the kitchen area right there. And everything else is birch and spruce bark. This one, I just put these in because it was the end of the stream and I was just looking to see what it would look like if we brought it all the way up in this corner of the house. We would be bringing this spruce texture all the way up in the corner of the house, so in the stairwell. And then what would we do up here? Are we going to do something different up here than what we did down here? So what I was trying to do was not have striping that is done by the wood being together. You know how these are, they want to stripe. And I don't really want it to stripe. Whoops, wrong one. This one here. Let's take this and put this in. And it looks like I'm going to have to get some sun pieces to go there. And we've got spruce on that part. I'm only doing the things that show inside the house. And making it, it started with this floor. And what we could do, what kind of thing we could do for the fact that the place looks like this. Are we going to bring this up the whole way? Let's look here. That is birch. We would have to strip it ourselves. I do not see any offered by anyone. Okay. So the question is up here, what do I want to do? And I liked this floor. This is actually palm. And I put it on the ceiling, and then the concrete didn't, and stone didn't look well, didn't look good. So I wanted to change these. I can actually get end stone. Why don't we get an end stone pipe? This is a brick post. I don't know, this is wall. So that's a piece of wall there. Why don't we do the wall piece, the end stone wall piece right here. And that looks better with what we have in here. So this is the ceiling, and we can't cover it because it actually has these beams. See how it has the beams there? I actually like the beams. So I'm leaving it, and we put a ridge around the outside just to make it seem to work. It's a little brighter. This is what it originally looked like, and so this is the thing that see that there? Let's take that off and let's get a chandelier to go here. C-H-A-N-D, there they are. Oh, look, the gold chandelier might actually work, or the wood. We don't need this anymore. These two can go away. Let's look and see which one we could have. Either, can I not attach it? Oh, interesting. It's not actually letting me attach this to that. Maybe I have to do this. Let's see if I'm, oh, all right. Sorry, Thaler. I'm going to have to take down that part and actually put that up. Too close. Let's see this. That is awfully close to the ceiling with those candles burning. I'm not sure I can justify that. Let me look for a second and see. Otherwise, we're not going to have one. That's what I'm looking at right now, and see if I want to have one of these. So hold on for a minute. Light. No, lanterns or lamps. MP. So these are all the lamp pieces, and lanterns, and T, and lantern pieces. What's not here are the paper lanterns, and I think they're in a separate place now. I guess I'm not going to have anything there. I'm not going to have a light on the ceiling right there. I don't like anything that's coming up. We're going to have the same problem here that we had downstairs. I have no freaking idea what I'm going to use in this room. I could make it stripes of dark and light. So instead of using the spruce, we have the spruce in that corner. There's no real spruce in these sections. This is shingles right here. So we could do the birch, the stripped birch wood, which is what we have there. And instead of doing that, we could actually maybe, I don't know, we could try that. Let me look at something for a minute. The problem is that birch, that the woods, they want to do that thing. Wow. Wow. There's some windows and blinds here. This is actually quite interesting. These are louvered shutters in birch that are right here. Let's look for a second. Oh, wow. Oh, that is interesting. Uh-oh, I just broke the window. Hold on, there's the shutter right there. And let me get out of here. They're asleep. Let me go out for a minute and let's look at some other things. So anyway, yes, so we started doing some interior and we got all sorts of crazy. And so on the outside, what we're going to end up doing is filling that in. Let's make these two go away. Let's get an architect cutter. Here's one right here. And the level 5 of that, there's one over here, I think is fully brick. And so I'm just going to check for a minute and see if that is the case. It is not. Look at that. See, that's concrete on the outside. That's actually not concrete. That's actually stone on the outside. I think I'm going to make it, and there's the chimney right here, coming up through here. Let's go ahead and make it stone, a stone brick. There's stone brick right here, and I think I'm going to do a mossy one as well. All right, and we're going to go and sleep because it actually is pouring down rain in the nighttime. So why don't we go to sleep for just a second and we'll come back to that. Not quite like a fence. Oh, and I forgot to check to see if he went to sleep. Did I get the, I didn't see it. So I'll find out in just a minute. I'll find out tomorrow night or tonight. That's what we'll find out. But right now, just for a moment, let's do this. Yeah, I see that. I see that right there. See those? We'll have to have them come out from the building if we're going to have something there. We'll have these come out. They're too close to the building for when we put this down. And let's go to panels. Let's go to these and let's make these, and let's make these. Okay, and that takes care of that. Let's put these away for a minute and put this here, and let's come to here. And so I just want to see how this is going to look. So we would have this here. Let's put in this, and let's put that right there. So it's going to look like that. This one here is actually supposed to be one of these, and there is one around on this side. At least I thought there was. I thought there was one there. Let's put this in right here. Here. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. Let's have these pieces go this way. And right behind here, this is supposed to come all the way up. Right here. Aha, it is. That is. I got that from there. That is a chair piece right there. Let's get the other piece from here, one of these, and put here. Wait, it's a new cemetery coming from the original one being reformed. So because, and what are we going to do here? This is going to be wonderful. Let's put in this right here, because then we can put this here and do the same thing on this side, because we can't make that go away. And here we're going to stone this up. We have a problem, Houston. I'm going to start that right there. And we'll have to, we're not going to be able to have this bed be right here. We'll have to have something down on the ground in this area. And we'll see what happens here. This is all going to be covered. And we'll see what we need to do in order to make that work when we get to it. So that gives us an idea of what the house is going to look like when it's completed, because of what we've changed on the inside. Okay. I don't need these. I don't need this. I made these, so I do want those. Not right now. I made that one. Let's just put these here for a minute. I know where they're going. They're going into the backpack for right now. All right, so, or maybe on the place that you destroyed the cobblestone wall, you could put a polished andesite stair. Yeah, I can't because it shows on the inside. It shows on the inside, and I actually wanted to look like this on the inside. See what the inside looks like? So if I put a polished andesite stair, it'll show in those spots. So I don't want it to show. So that's the reason why I'm doing that, unless I'm misunderstanding you. But what we were doing was using those panel pieces to cover the fact, oh wait, I didn't do that one. Hold on. Let's do this here. Let's take this. Actually, let's take this, yeah, and this. These two are supposed to be right here. So that is actually supposed to be this, and this is actually supposed to be that. See how it's a line going up? So I want that. What am I going to do here? I think I'll just leave it for now. Oh, I missed one, Zutalo. So I missed a piece right there. Let's take this. Let's take a moldy one and let's put it, oh, let's put the moldy one on the ground right there. Okay. So yeah, see, these aren't supposed to be showing here. So I can put this here, or what is that? Is that what I think that is? It is indeed. Let's just go ahead and have this stuff come out, and it's going to come out and grow up here on this side of the house like that, like they have this vine thing growing right there to hide the fact that we can't do anything about that. There, that's what that does. And we'll do that. But where to connect the stairs? What do you mean? Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't know that I need, hold on. Let me just hold on to that. No, now I have one of these everywhere, so I don't need these pieces right now. Wrong town. Ah, are you talking about the other town where to connect the stairs? Oh, you're behind. Are you behind? Are you behind on the stream? It's possible that they are. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I see. Okay. All right. I see what's happening. Okay. Let me come here. Let me look for a second. I know what you're talking about, Zaf. You understood wrong about the wall. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Look what we've got. So this is an answer to Mr. Villager's question about the fact that we are putting in another undertaker. And this undertaker is, wow, look at this little church. Oh, it's pretty. Look at that. Hello, Posco. Look at this. This is sweet. Let's come here and let's do build. Posco is going to build this up to the full level 5. We don't have catacombs in this building, I think, until the level 5. Let's see if there are any indication yet of them. No, there is not. So yeah, there are catacombs with this building, and that's the reason why I need this to get done. And we'll do that. So what happened, Mr. Villager, was when Rylan, who was the baker, when he was burned by the fire, and didn't survive his injuries. His gravesite was sitting in this building right here. The undertaker is all the way over here. And we thought that she made it. Remember, we followed her and she got to the gravesite and she was working on the gravesite, and then the gravesite disappeared. And I thought it disappeared because she had made it. But in actuality, she hadn't, because when we come down here and look at grave sites, it's only showing Easton and it's not showing Raylan. So she didn't make it. So in order for her to have more speed, she would have to be a level 5. And we would like to have this be a level 5, but I wanted to get the alchemist done first because we don't have an alchemist, and I wanted to work on that before I worked on the graveyard. In the meantime, the villagers themselves, the village council, said, why don't we have our own undertaker? So there'll just be 2 undertakers. And I don't know how that's going to work. We'll find out when this is done. But for now, that is what the village decided. They might be a little pissed that the druids didn't get to their dead person in time. And so this is their way of saying, we don't need you. and putting this in. So this is being built specifically to be a part of the town. And and so that is that's what happened. And now I like this one. This is the Caledonian. This Caledonian was really beautiful and a wonderful sort of prairie church. That's what it looks like. It looks like an American prairie church. When it was Caledonian, before he did some upgrades, it still looks really pretty, and it works in this spot in regards to the way the rest of the town looks. And that is what we are, that's what we wanted to do. We have a couple things that we need to do. Oh, I thought I fixed this, but apparently I did not fix it enough. And she is actually stuck, and she is not one of the people, so I can't call her. I'm going to have to take this apart right here so that she can get out. And of course, they do this thing where they only want to go one way when it's time to get out. There we go. All right, so see this? This is not going to work. So let's put this here. This is the level 5 of this building. So I can do whatever I want with this. So what we're going to do right here is that on both sides. Yes. So I didn't need this one. This one's supposed to be grass right here. So grass. So we'll just put grass in this top part right here. What I need to do is put something here. Now, she didn't fall all the way down, but that doesn't do us any good in regards to this. So we're putting this in all the way up, so there's no way that they can walk up here and end up like she did down there. This is wrong. So let me fix this one right there, and there is that. You think this was one of the intentions of Thaler? my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Except that this isn't Thaler's. This one isn't. The Littleton houses are his. This is actually John. This is actually John Ryer's Shire. And John Ryer and Ray and Sam, and I think Aravans did some of the interiors. I remember when they were doing this on Twitch, they actually did this on a stream, made the Shire pieces. You were talking about the new graveyard. Ah, yeah. And yes, it's his style, and I agree with you. It's his style, and he made the changes that he wanted to make to it to look the way he wanted it to look. And Caledonia changed, and it was very city looking before, and he made it look more castle-y, and so we've talked about that. And of course, it's his style. He made the changes, and it is most interesting. Let's come in here. We've got all sorts of interiors that I would like to work on, and this is one of them. This is a level 5 now of this Shire. This is a Shire baker. As a specialist, make this kind of mistake. Let us put in some lights here. I'm just going to put some lights here so I can see this. See these parts right here? So I know that this is Shire, but we're not having these dirt pieces here. And now if we were underground, I could just take these away and do anything I want with them, but we're not underground. So this is actually the ground right here. And I do want to keep those parts. I like the way that looks. So since I am keeping that, that means I have to line this with something. So one of the things that we're going to have to do is use this. We're going to have to use this to line this part above the stoves, or we can bring this around and line this area above the stoves right here like that. And let's look, this is the baker cut block right there. Let's have this come all the way over like that, and that way I don't have to worry about that coming through. Right here I'm going to put in a piece of this. Oh, I'm tempted. Nope, I'm going to have to put in just a regular piece right here. What am I going to do on the outside? Shoot. Nothing on this side, because this is where the fireplace is. You can't see because it's nighttime. Let me go to sleep for a second. I'm going to sleep on the grass, in the field, outside the bakery. And the sun comes up and we can see the school. There's the school bell in the tower right here. And the school bell has a chain that goes all the way down into this classroom. And there's a place, see, you can see it in the window, where she can reach the chain and call the kids to school. Let's come back over here. I'm okay with that. And that is all right for the fire, for that area. Yes, indeed. And what it is what I like to do is to make it my own, to make it specifically something that works for the people that I have here and for what's going on in this town. Let's put books here. I might be able to put a half bookshelf right there. Let me see for a minute and see. I need architect. I don't think I have one of these already. Let's do books. And let's come here and let's look. I see all sorts of things, but I do not see that. Okay, let me take these pieces and put them here. I already had an architect's cutter, and we'll put it down here for a minute. Do I need this? Kinda. Okay. Let's make that go away. Let's set, I hear that, it's breaking up. Hello. It's interesting. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the source of the interference. That might fixed it. Okay, let's put this here and wait, we have to get a slab. So I think that's this right here. And then we can put this in and get one of these. Okay. I like I've said before, I love Thaler's vision of things. There are some things that I like better than others. Ta-da! Yay! That works perfectly there. This is going to be a problem. And I don't think there's going to be anything that I can do there except maybe to put in on that side something. Let me see what I can put there. Where I just removed that was right there. Let us put in one of these this way, right at that spot right there. And I think that will work for me. Just put that right there. And you think it explains why every Hobbit build that you make ends up consuming so much space? Oh, because you modify it? You modify them? See that down there? See that right there? Let's put at least one in that spot so that we're not seeing the dirt in that part. And then, what is this? This is a slab here. These are slabs. Let's put stairs in this section right here until I see if I'm going to actually put in some kind of shelving. I could put cabinets here. Oh, that's excellent. Cabinet. Let's pick You think the biggest mistake of the Shire style is the fact that almost every build have like dirt in the ceiling or then a part of the ceiling being exposed, but at least the builds are compact. And you think it explains, yeah. And Mixassa says that he agrees. Your idea of the Shire and the Hobbit, it's a cozy house, but you think that by using dyed terracotta frame or plane with some wood would do more of a Hobbit house. I agree. I actually kind of agree because I saw Vincentius Primus and I saw a tour of Hobbiton that Peter, let me get some cabinets. Cabinets, INET. After the movie was made, after the movies were made, the actual sets that they had for Hobbiton were actually taken and made into a place where people could come and see the places. And they, even though they were just making it, it was really interesting. They put in so much detail, and if you want to see it, it's actually living large in a tiny house. I think that's it. Vincentius,
Yes.
Bryce's channel is living large in a tiny house, or
No.
living. Just a second.
Big, I believe
It's living big in a tiny house. He's going to check for a
Living
second.
big in a tiny house.
Living Big in a Tiny House on YouTube. It's a New Zealander, and in this last week, one of his newest pieces, I'm going to find a cabinet, PINET, was, do I want to do birch? Do I want to do these? Let's look. Let's look and see what this looks like. Ooh, that looks very baker-like, doesn't it? And that solves that problem. And this part of the wall, the ceiling, that would be interesting. How much do we have? We could do that here too. We could put in, these are planks, that's plank, that's plank. We could put in pottery there. And let's see. I think a good reason to keep these dirt ceilings is at least they put some hanging room. I'm not sure I want hanging lights, so I'm not concerned about that. And what I would prefer to have here is terracotta, ERRA. Let's do this color, terracotta. I think this is actually going to be good. I kind of like the idea that you were saying, but since we already have so much wood, I think I'm just going to put, no, not that color. Why don't we do white? Why don't we do some white pieces? So this is an architect cutter here. Let's put this in. We've got panels, and let's put this here. And I think that is not a panel. Hold on. That's not a panel. So let's put this here. Let's change to this. That's a panel right there. And take that away. And let's bring this up. And in the ceiling right here, let's put this. And now in the floor, so we have this floor in this part right here. They want to have something here. And I think this part is good to have something there. I guess we can leave this way. I think I'd almost rather, let's look for something. I don't think there's anything that I'm going to want to add to this. The only thing that we could do if we wanted to change it is use a different kind of cobble. COBBL. But if we do that, then we have to change the chimney, and I don't want to do that. So I think the floor in here is in fact going to be made out of this stone, since this part is made out of this wood. And then we have this piece here. And these lights, I know it's going to get very dark, but I want to see, I'm going to do it in the other part too. I'm going to put a light back on the floor so I know. I want to put some of this in this area to make it look like they plastered the ceilings, because that's what it looked like in this video of what they did. They had plastered plaster ceilings mixed with wood underground, and it looked really pretty. And we do have electricity, and so let me put that there just in case I need that. Let me make all of this go away. I made the books go away. Let's come here and let's look for Simply Light. Big Gordon. Big Gordon, hello, welcome. Je suis enchantée. Et moi, enchantée. Nice to meet you too. And let's see, my French is very, very minimal. I am learning. J'apprends, but I'm still at the very minimal stage, and so let's see what we've got here. Let me see. I'm going to look for a second, and I'm looking for, oh, there we go. I'm looking for lights. And we needed Simply Light, so we can put some things here. Baguette, oui. And let's come over. And there it is. Simply Light is right here. So we can either use these, we can use these, or we can use the dynamic edges. So let's see which ones of these we want to use in here. If we use these, we can put them in instead of this. So right here, we can have lights right here in the kitchen, and that takes care of that. I would love to have a place where they actually do mixing or actually roll out dough, and I don't really have a place here at all. And except this table. So I'm going to say that this table pulls out when they roll out dough, and that's where they do it. That's where this is Ryan. Ryan rolls out dough in that location. And then we put this in on the ceiling, which turned out really nicely. And so right here, right where this is, we could have either one of these like this, or we could have that one. That one's better. I like that. And to keep them from walking over, we could have coffee here. We could have something else right here. And they can still, see, he can still walk over this part. So what do I want to put here? Let's move this over to here, this side, because that's sort of like the cash register. That's sort of like where they do their business part. I wish there were cash registers. There is not. There was a time when there was, but there isn't anymore. All we have is cashews. I love cashews. And let's come here, SH, electronics. Let's go to X-Line. X-Line has some electronics. Let's see if we can find X-Line stuff. They have the little tiny chair. There it is. Let's see if she has something. They have something that would look like they actually have a flat screen, but that's not going to work. And we won't worry about that. Let me look here. Yeah, I'm not going to find anything from them. I don't think that Fantasy has anything like that. Fantasy is going for really medieval and Viking sort of stuff, and they don't really have anything that modern. X-Line is the other, and let me look. There's one more. Let's look at Nosifus for a minute and see if possibly they have something. Let's see what they have for a second. Ooh, there's a pretty chandelier. They have doorbells. I don't know what that is. Inflatable castle. That is very interesting. I see a toaster. I see shower heads. Wow. 2 different kinds of toasters, a bin, dishwashers. So they have some modern things, but those are mostly house things. They don't have any like store things. Cooking for blockheads. So I'm not going to find what I'm looking for. So why don't we take this down? Let's make these go away for a second. Let's go to food. Let's see if we can even find food. Something has changed in the way that this is here. I see some things, but I don't see the normal stuff. Let's look for bread. This is a bakery after all. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look for cake. And let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Anything else that actually looks good? I think that's all that's going to look good in here. And let's set it up to be facing this way and put it right here like this, and right on the side here. And let's get this. And we'll put these here. Let me put some pieces right here, and let's see what that looks like. Yay! Okay, so there's some bread, some little tiny rolls, and some little tiny hand cakes. Some little cakes that they can take with their coffee and go somewhere. So we could put coffee here, and they couldn't go over it. Do we want to do that? We could put the coffee machine right here. Let's look at the brewer. Let's get a mug. And let's put a coffee machine right here. Now that's interesting. That might actually be okay. So they can't come across here. They can't come across there. And now there's a coffee machine right here. Kind of like that. That looks kind of like a place where you actually would come in and get something. So now we're going to take away some things in here. We're going to make this a place where they can come in and sit and enjoy having something to eat. So on this table here, right here, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to just make tables and chairs in this area here. And let's come here. Do I have enough light? I think so. If not, we might put in some special lights right above or something like that. We'll see in a minute. Or we'll put some table pieces in. We'll see. Does it seem terribly dark in here? Does it? I don't think so. Here we go. Hi. Hi, Ryan. Ryan's like, oh, look at this. Okay. And let me see. Ryan's going up to the top. Do I want a fence right here? I do not want a fence right here. We're not going to have this piece right here because this is actually the road right here. So I need those pieces not to be here. And then we'll put in a road piece on this side. This here, that's okay. This part right here, I think that's all right. Ryan's tendency to go up there is limited now. And I think we're going to be okay. They cannot climb vine. I'm not going to make it easy for them to climb vine. We are not in the jungle. So these ovens, these bakery places right here, what would this be, guys? See these big fires right here? What are these for if these are the ovens? What could I put here instead? Because this looks like where the baking is done. These parts here, let me do something here. Does he have fuel? He doesn't have a single fuel. Why is he not screaming? Birch slab. Birch slab. Let's put that on. So that's what he is using. He does make cookies, and he does have recipes for that. Minimum stock, we could have him make sure that he has some bread here or some minimum stock things. I don't know that I want to do that right now. Smelting and all of that. Okay. Wow, you know, am I going to redesign this? So we have this fireplace piece right here. But the ovens are actually all sitting here, right here. Oh. They are. All the ovens are sitting right here. What if we did away with that? And what is this right here? This is so cute. It's just a little tiny water place right there. Yeah, I think that I might want to do that. And this is what happens, isn't it, Mr. Villager? Isn't it, Zav? A square, nothing. Could be rotate meat and chicken or peppers. Yeah, but this is a bakery. This is a bakery. Let's take these out. Let's take these pieces out. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take this out. I think they just wanted to have smoke be able to come out from this area. I'm going to close this part. We're going to take this wall area here and let's close in the floor here, right here. And we're going to put this like this. So we're not going to have this. So what is here? Let's close this. Let's close this. One of the most useless fence. So there it is. So remember when we were saying that we wanted a place where he was making food? Why don't we have it be this place right here? So let me put this in. Oops, I see that, but we'll fix it when we get up to it. We're going to have that be right there. Let's have these lights be all along this part right here underneath. That makes that really bright. Let's put in some tables, T-A-B-L-E. Let's come here. We should have these. These are the ones that I want. Let's do diorite. I think diorite is going to look like it's an actual counter. No, let's use desks. Let's go to desks for a minute. Okay. I think there are stone desks. These are perfect. So we're going to use this as where he rolls out the dough. So he's going to use this area right here to roll out dough and to do things like that. And I think that's going to work really nicely. And then we can do what Mixasa did. Yes, but that is low fire form. Low fire form. Right here, see where this is? We're going to put in the fireplace right here. So let's put a piece right here on this piece right here. We'll put that in, and then right here we'll put this in, because this is where the fireplace is going to be. And I think I'm going to make it simpler than it was. So see how we have this part right here like this, where this is where they are. They're right there. I don't think I need this. I'll put that in on the inside. We don't need this at all. We just have to figure out where this stops being what we need. And let's look here and see. I don't need this for sure. And that part is okay. Let's put dirt here. Let's put dirt on this part right here. I'm okay with that. And let's put dirt up to here. Do we need that? We do not. Okay. Let's make this come up one right here. All right, so we have dirt there, dirt, dirt, dirt. And at the very top here, let's cover this like this. So this is all, this area here is all, I need something on the inside right here. I'll put something on the inside for both of that. And I'm going to put this right here. The ovens are actually right here. So we can have this part, see where that is right there? That's the ovens. We can have that be like that. I know, I'm trying to do something. We have an oven there. We know there's an oven there. And so let's bring this up. So what I'm going to use here is chimneys. And I might need to bring them up higher so that they don't step on them. So let's come here. Let's take, this is cobblestone wall. And we're going to bring the chimneys up like this. Up. And nope. I don't want them connected to each other. We'll put them here like this. And then that's one up so they can't do anything there. And then let us put the chimney on top. The chimney piece on top like that. All right, so this is now where this is. I'm going to put that on that side. And we're going to let all of this be like this for right now. What time? I'm looking. Dun, 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 dun. And why does he keep ending up here? I don't know how this keeps happening. Ryan, I don't understand why you keep ending up there. But I'm going to have to figure out something. Call the worker so that he doesn't keep ending up trapped right there. So he walks off of the edge of this. Except he doesn't keep going. He just walks off the edge, and then there's no place for him to go. Well, there is, but it's too far down. What do I want to do here? It's almost as though I need to bring this out. Let's do something. What if we do this? He's definitely not going to walk off the narrow of this on that side. He's not doing it on this side, I don't think. Let's do that, and let's see what happens there. The little chimneys, for which materials you have, yeah, I do too. I like those a lot. So those belong to Adorn, and I didn't look at Adorn for, can I find Adorn? Adorn is going to be hard to find. To see what, that's Macaw's fences, Raiders, nope. Biomes Plenty, Simply, there's Adorn. Okay, I'll know now, because Adorn might have something. Adorn has some fun stuff. But I don't see anything that would work. The chimneys are amazing, and the coffee pot is coming from there. But I don't see anything else that we want to use right now. Okay, okay. And when, yeah, they're just made out of, let me go to a, let me go here. Let me go here. Let me go to here. And let's look here and let me see how they are made. CHIMN. And a chimney is, oh, that's nothing. Look what it is. This is Adorn's chimney. And it's just flint and steel and 4 cobblestones. Depending on what kind of materials you make it out of, then it changes. So you can make it out of all sorts of things. And it changes what kind of, I think that changes. See, this bubbles underwater, the prismarine chimney, and the magmatic chimneys, they bubble underwater. Wouldn't those have been fun? Oh, those would have been wonderful. So yeah, so we have some different kinds of chimneys that you can have, and they're really good. That's the Adorn mod, and I've had them for a long time. I like their things, and it's very fun to have them, particularly because of the coffee pot, because of the coffee maker, and that is most wonderful. Right here, I'm trying to see if I want to do something with this. Do I want to put in something right here? Let me come here. Let's go to cabinets for a minute, and let's find oak cabinets, because the outside is made out of oak. Let's see what happens if we put oak cabinets right here. Let's see what that looks like on the outside. Is it night? It is. I'm not going to keep this. I'm not going to keep that feature. I'm okay with this, but I don't think we need it in this part of town. I think I'm not going to have that part either, because people can come in this way to go to the store, and they can come in this way. So we'll have both of these doors right here as ways that the townspeople are coming into the bakery. There we go. So it opens that way. Oh, and it opens that way. Now, let's have it open the other way. And so when you come here, it opens that way. Okay. Let's have it open that way, and this one goes out, and it does the same. It opens this way. Do you see what I see? Is that on the outside? You can't see? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. Of course you can't see. So see that there's a window here, and this is meant to be an awning on top of that. And do I want to have something covering that? I'm gonna have to have some cover. Yep, we're gonna have to make it with an architect's cutter, but let me see what this looks like for a minute. Did it work? Dun 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 dun! Yay! It just looks like that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You kind of love, and so let's come to here. Let me get an architect's cutter, ARCH. Let's put it here. Let's get oak plank, plank. And let's put this here. It is getting close. I see it. It's getting close to the time. I see it. And let's put this. Let's put oak plank in two different places. Really? And put that there. I'll bring this down for right now. And right here, where the door is out here, we'll put this in, and that'll put the door into that area. We don't actually need these vines over the window, and so I'm going to put this here so that that doesn't grow over top of the window right there. And on this side, everything is fine. That's okay. So here, if we wanted to, right here, we could actually not put anything. If this is actually part of this farm here, right up to here, they can actually grow cactus. We're never going to grow cactus here, but I'm trying to think if I want something to come out. It almost looks like there should be a barrel here, right under that chute, right there. And I think I'm going to put one right there like that. We can put another barrel just outside the door here, but yeah, no, we can't. Interesting. So yeah, let's do that. And then just for right now, we're going to put in this up to the door. How did I get that door? Oh, because it's on the outside. It is. Okay. It's like, how did I get that door? Because it's on the outside. So we'll put the door. Oh. Let's just go ahead and bring this out, because we can't have a door with that there. And let's put a lot of this stuff away later. Let's put the door back. Nope. Right
What is it?
here. Ryan. Ryan. Thank you. Is it right there? Yes, it is. And that is correct. Dun 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 dun! Zaf! Yes, it is that time. Zaf is saying that it is the time for the end. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. We did some wild and crazy things, didn't we? We definitely did. And I'll have to find something that I want to put there, like glass. But yes, so I guess this is goodbye for right now. Today is Tuesday. Wow. And I don't stream on Wednesday, but I do stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I will see everyone again on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Enjoy your games. Mr. Villager, obrigado. Thank you for being in chat. Zaf, Afkaristo, thank you for being in chat. And Big Gordon, thank you for being in chat. Merci beaucoup. Merci. And Mixasa, bonsoir. Merci beaucoup. And I will see all of you again soon. And here we go. I'm going to let you listen to Vincentius Primus's music and enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Bye for now. Bye for now.